feeling that something just don't feel right. Shit feel fishy. Guess what? This shit don't feel right and this feel fishy. They want you to walk past, right? They want you to walk past that person at a particular time, so you can now hear that message that you were supposed to hear. This video, like I said, my fucking contact is out my fucking... It's so good. Woo! I'm Lovey. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the family, welcome channel. Welcome back to Mind to Matter. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and I appreciate you guys so much. So you hit the like button. Don't forget to drop something in the comments about this video, or whatever your thoughts are, because I feel like a lot of people don't do this, right? That's why we fuck up, right? This is the reason why, the absolute reason why we fuck up, because you do not follow your gut. We're going to be talking about how to follow your gut. We're going to be talking about all the ins and outs of following your gut. Have you guys ever felt like you shouldn't do something? Or maybe you should do something like nowhere. Or maybe you're like in the middle of doing something and something's like, no girl, don't do that. Oh no bro, don't do that. Have you ever felt like that? Because I feel like that all the time. And something will just come to me. I don't know. Like, yo, go and do that. Go do this. And I'll just automatically go and do it. You just in your zone, you chilling, you having a good day. Something just pops in your mind and like, yo, go do this. And then you go do it, and it's literally the best decision that you ever made, or it's literally the worst fucking decision you ever made because you didn't follow your gut. And have you literally ever felt like that? Because I have. I literally feel like that all the time. You know what that fucking means? That means that the universal powers are fucking working in your favor, whether good or bad. That's exactly what the fuck that means. How do we define that whole thing about following your gut feeling? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are you saying to me? I don't understand. In my opinion, following your gut feeling is like, no, like you literally knowing that there's some higher power out there, or some, maybe your angels, like whatever you want to, I don't know what you guys want to call it. I don't know what y'all want to call it, but whatever you want to call it, it's like this higher power, or like your angels are literally guiding you with every decision that you make. That's just how I define it. And higher power that knows what you're gonna do before you do it. Literally a higher power that can tell you like, yo, do this and you're gonna literally get here. And in my opinion, that's exactly what it is when you're following your gut. That's what it looks like to me. So now we're gonna talk about like some situations, right? Because like maybe you're like, yo, I still don't understand and I still don't get it, and I just don't understand what you're talking about, right? So let's talk about some situations. Perfect example. You ever been talking to a guy and you see a red flag and something tell you, girl,
I did everything.
Stop talking to him. But what you keep doing? You talking to him and you keep talking to him and you keep talking to him.
Did everything.
And then later down the line, he ends up cheating or doing some fuckboy shit. And you like, yo, I should have just listened to I should have just followed my gut feeling that one time it told me to just leave that nigga alone. Yeah, you fucked up. You should have just followed your gut. I'm going to give you another situation. You ever had a situation and it's just like you feel confused about something in your life and you just don't understand? Like you just feel absolutely confused. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You're like, I need help. I need guidance, right? And literally out of nowhere, you'll see something that pops up.
Our first year in business,
that literally will help you figure out the decision that you're supposed to make. Has that ever happened to you? That literally always happens to me. Like I'll be so confused about a specific situation, whatever may be. Like for example, I may be so confused about maybe like trying to figure out how the fuck I got all these parking tickets, right? I'm like, how the fuck did I get all these fucking parking tickets? And I'm like, you know what? I just need a way to, I just need to fix this. I just need a way for this situation to work out. And then boom, you having a conversation with your friend Tommy or your girl June, and they're like, oh yeah, I be paying my parking tickets on this app called II. Now you use that app and you get all your parking tickets dismissed. If you would have never opened up to your mouth and had a conversation with that person, you would have never knew about that. And this is why I say the universal forces are always working with you, are always working for you, and are always working with you all the time, 24/7. Another similar example is, let's say for example, you know you ain't supposed to do this shit, right? You know, like, yo, this is not right, it don't feel right, I'm not supposed to do it, something fell off. That's your gut. That feeling that you're getting inside where you're like, yo, bro, this doesn't feel right, something feels off. That's your fucking gut telling you go all the way, bro. Like, follow your gut. Listen to your inner self. Listen to that higher power that's talking to you. Follow your gut all the time in whatever situation. I know you know what I'm talking about. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of people might question themselves on, is this the higher forces telling me that I need to not do this, or I need to do this, or am I fucking bugging? Like, I need help. And the moment you say I need help, you are now asking the universe to guide you in that decision process. So you're like, yo, fuck, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I need help. The universe will literally start aligning people, places, and things to help you make that best decision that you need to make. And that's why I say always follow your gut, follow your gut, follow your gut. If you have a feeling, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You have a feeling that something just don't feel right. Shit feel fishy. Guess what? This shit don't feel right and this feel fishy. But I know a lot of times you're like, am I bugging? Am I doing it to myself? How can you specifically identify I'm just torturing myself? It's my own fucking brain. If this is something that you've been procrastinating on making a decision for so long and you still don't know, that means it's yourself. Like, I feel like after a week of you being confused and you want that situation fixed and you still do not have an answer for that decision that you need to make, it's you. You are now in a place where you're leaving yourself literally stagnant to not be able to move because you can't make a decision. At that point in time, you're not following your gut, because I know and you know that at some point in time an answer came to your head and you didn't trust it, right? An answer came to your head, you're like, oh, I'm not sure if it's the right thing that I should do. If you feel like you're not sure, maybe you need to take some time and not think about the decision and just kind of like shift it to the side. Get yourself in that right vibrational state, right? You know what I mean? Kind of like really get yourself kind of in that state where you can like, okay, I'm going to put this decision to the back burner, but I'm just going to focus on making sure that I'm fully aligned with everything that I need to be aligned with, right? That I'm not in like, being aligned kind of means like I'm not always in like this negative space all the time 24/7. And that's the reason why sometimes we can't make decisions, because we're such in a negative space. When your emotions are when you're feeling either angry, upset, or sad, you're not able to make clear decisions because you have too many emotions involved in it, versus when you are in a pure positive vibrational state of mind, you can make any decision that you need to make. And I'm 100% sure, you guys, that while you're confused in this decision that's happening to you, I'm sure that a thought came to you that said, why don't you try this? But you didn't try it. That thought that's coming to you, you need to try it to end up seeing what happens. Because if you don't try, how would you ever know? If you don't ever follow your gut, how would you ever know? And that's why famous people and celebrities and other successful people in life always get to where they need to be, because they follow their gut and they trust the process. You literally just have to follow your gut. Your gut is that universe. Like I said, your gut is that higher power. Your gut is that universal force. Your angels that are guiding you to make the best decision that you need to make for yourself. So that's what it looks like. It looks like a decision that, how do you identify whether it's you or is it the universal forces? Am I bugging the fuck out right now that I can't make a decision about paying this parking ticket or paying my bill or whatever situation you may be going through? Take a step back, because at this point it is you, right? At this point you need to now take a step back and kind of like, okay, I'm not even saying put that situation to the back burner, but kind of take a step back and kind of like identify how you're feeling at that moment. Like, are your thoughts clear in that moment? Are you confused yourself? Are you dealing with not just confusion about the situation, but are you yourself confused, right? So you got to kind of go back to the basics and get yourself in that right vibrational state, right? To kind of get yourself in that happy place, right? You know, when I say vibrational, you might not understand, but vibrational means that you're in a happy place, right? That things are flowing the way you want it to. That means that things in your life are working the way that you want it to. If you don't sit there And if you don't ever make the decision to follow your gut, you will never know what's going to happen. And that's why it's so important for you guys to follow your gut. So we kind of talked about you guys not sure if this is you or if it's the universal forces or your angels guiding you. Like, you're unclear. And we talked about not being able to make a decision because you're kind of stuck and you're not moving. Like, you don't know which way to go. The thoughts are coming in, you just don't know which thought to pick. So that's why you have to go back to the basics and get yourself in that right vibrational state. How do you know, right? Like, love, how the fuck do you know it's the universal laws? How the fuck do you know it's the higher power? How the fuck do you know the angels are guiding you? You know when the angels are fucking guiding you when you start seeing the same repeated signs over and over again. Like, for example, like, you might want a new car, right? And for example, you keep seeing that same fucking car all the time. You might see that same model. You might keep seeing that BMW. All you see is BMWs around you. That's how you know that the universe is working for you. That's how you know the higher power is working for you. That's how you know your angels are working for you. It doesn't have to necessarily be a car, but when you start seeing things start repeating themselves over and over, and you're like, what the fuck? Why I keep seeing this? Like, you're literally looking at yourself and you're like, why is it that I keep seeing this? Why is it that I keep seeing it over and over and over and over again? It's the signs from the universe that whatever you want is working for you, is guiding you in the right direction, especially if it feels good, right? Especially if it's something that you keep seeing over and over and over again all the time, right? We talked about it can be a car. It might even be that dream house. It might be, maybe you keep maybe you keep seeing the number 7. Look at these signs around you. You guys are not looking. I need you guys to wake up, and I need you guys to start looking at the signs around you, and it'll be able to assist you in making the decision that you want to make. But you have to look at the signs. You will notice things. For example, you might leave your house. I'm going to give you a perfect example because this shit always happens to me. You might be listening to a song, and that same song literally has a message that you were meant to hear. You followed your gut by listening to that song, or by watching that YouTube video, or reading that book, or whatever that situation may be. Number one, let's talk about the signs. How do you know it's working? You start seeing things in repetition. You start seeing the same things all the time, right? You start seeing numbers repeating themselves, right? You start noticing that you're starting to see secret messages in songs and TV shows and other people talking. You might overhear a conversation, but the universe wants you to walk past that person. The universe literally wants you to walk past, right? They want you to walk past that person at a particular time, so you can now hear that message that you were supposed to hear. If the universe didn't tell you to go to the bathroom and you would have sat down and waited at your desk for 20 more minutes, you would have never heard the information that you were supposed to hear, right? So that's kind of how we talked about what does it look like, how do you know, how do I know it's working for me? Look at the signs. The signs are all over. Look at things that are, if you're not noticing the signs, that means your third eye is not open. If you're not noticing the signs of what's going on around you, that means you're not at that level where you are literally woke to be able to understand how to be able to get through life. Because that's what I teach, right? I teach people on how to be able to deal with things, on how to get through life, right? How to stay in a positive mindset, right? How to attract positive situations to yourself. That's what this is about. But first, before you do that, you have to first say to yourself, I'm ready. Are you ready to now step into that mindset where you can attract whatever you want? You have to ask yourself if you're ready. If you're not ready, then you just continue watching this video, and then when you guys are ready, you can watch that video on how to manifest anything you want in life. If you're curious about it, you want to know, you can still check it out at the same time. But all these things that I'm talking about, all these things tie in together with each other, okay?
11 different.
And the last thing is just trust your gut, follow your intuition, follow how you're feeling, and that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate this. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out my video on the law of attraction. It's a really cool video on the law of attraction. Go ahead and check that video out because this video kind of ties into that as well.